Hello everybody. This is a video by We Got Two Word Via. So this video is about my favorite Halloween movies. Best to worst. That's how I'm gonna do it. And here we go. My favorite is part one. Um, Sorry about the picture. I can't really. Oh, I can zoom in, but see. There we go. But I will have to zoom out or whatever. But this is part one. John Carpenter's obviously. This movie is pretty. It's my favorite. Overall, it has. It's what helped Jamie Lee Curtis, get into that kind of stuff. To get into horror movies and just like her mom was. And I just love the story and everything about part one. So we're gonna go to part two now. So second best, it's Halloween 2. Now I found this one. This poster, it's actually pretty cool. But this movie was my second favorite because it just continues from one of the best movies that came out ever, and what helped change slasher films for once. People weren't as into them until Halloween came out, and then Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all that stuff just started coming, and yeah. So without Halloween 1 and 2, well, Halloween 1, really, there would be no more, but Halloween 2 just continues an amazing story. The only bad thing is that, the stupid thing about this one is that in the end, Michael and Loomis don't die, even though you see Michael burn to a crisp. But it was kind of happy for me to see him in more movies to come. Okay, excuse me, sorry. My third favorite is Rob Zombie's Halloween Part 1. I have not watched Part 2 yet. I just haven't gotten the time to, and I have to find a copy. I have this on DVD, but I have watched Part 1, and it's really good. It's like the best remakes of movies that ever came out. I just love the story plot, and especially the gore in this movie. It's amazing. It's really amazing, and it just it kind of follows off of what part one, the original one, had, but it brings it up a notch. My fourth favorite. Now, if I wasn't including the remakes, this would be my third. It is my third in the original series, but Halloween H2O. Now, people are gonna be wondering why. Now, I really like this movie because of how it brought back Laurie. I'm not gonna call her Laurie Strode because that's not her real name. And how she changed her name to hide herself from Mr. Myers, and to hide herself from her daughter, to keep her safe. 'Cause that was really the main thing. They expressed that in the fan film Halloween Awakening, but I can understand now how the three movies that came in between part three, well, part three, I don't add to this though, but through part two and four, and six. Was six, 4 through 6. It kind of helped with this movie technically to kind of give us an idea, even though it kind of ignores more. Though she has a son and all that other stuff. Now, you guys are wondering why it's Resurrection. Well, it was pretty good. I didn't like it that much though. The only retarded thing about this movie is that Busta Rhymes and Michael Myers. I don't know. I'm not gonna say his real name because I know him by Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes and Michael Myers have a kung fu fight. Okay, that's stupid. That's why it lists number 5 of my entire from remakes, original through remake. That's why it's part 5. It's number 5 that I've watched to this day. The day that you guys are watching this, it he's just that was the most stupid part about it, and it was funny also. I mean, they were smoking crack, and that was the funniest part. That was like the one. That was the second funniest part, but the funniest part was when they had a fight. And it just left a cliffhanger, and we don't see anything. So that led to the filmmaking of a fan film, Halloween Awakening: The Legacy of Michael Myers, which I have watched. And last but not least, at number 6, and is my least favorite no matter what, unless part 4 and part 5 piss me off. But this movie sucks. Monkey cocks in hell. Okay, this sucks balls. This movie was more funnier than anything. I literally laughed through this whole movie, and to know that there are 2 versions of this movie kind of makes me sad. The producer's cut, it's weirder, and it's like, ugh, it irritates me. This movie sucks dick. Do not watch it. Okay? It's horrible. I do not recommend this. I'm not going to explain the plot that much because I'm going over these movies for a horror-a-thon, but I'm just trying to show you the best to worst. This movie sucks. We'll just leave it at that. Okay? We'll just leave it at that. It's horrible. There's only one good part in this movie, and that's it. The rest is just a big joke. They even reused part of that producer's cut version, which is the second version. And you know what? That's funny. That is really funny. They use the same scream at the end of this movie that they used in the producer's cut. And I'm not going to go over the producer's cut in the end because I don't want to, because I'm not going to watch that. I've already sat through this horrible movie. I cannot go through it one more time. It's bad. It sucks. Monkey nuts, cocks, dicks. Same difference. But horrible. And that leads us back to Halloween 1. Now, I advise you to not watch this piece of garbage. Do not watch this garbage. Do not watch it. I'll go over why even more in October. But no, do not watch this movie. Ignore it. I mean, it's bad. And I don't know why people love this movie so much. It's just messed up more than anything. That's why I give it the lowest rating out of all. I still have to watch 4 and 5 and the remake part 2. But forget this movie. It was horrible. I got a 9-film set, and there were 3 films from the Halloween series, and 6 from the Children of the Corn, which is the horrible, the sequels that suck balls also. And I'll be going over that next year's Horror-a-thon, which is going to be which is titled Stephen King-a-thon. Now, I'm going to go over them more, but those, I'll get back to you guys later, but on that. But I got a 3 set for Halloween, which is a Miramax set. It was just 9 films by Miramax, and I paid $7.50 for this piece of garbage. I mean, God, I paid $6, pretty much. It was $1, pretty much every single one. There's 9 films, and it was $7.50, almost $8. So that's about 75 cents for each movie. I shouldn't have paid a penny for freaking The Curse of Michael Myers. nor these horrible Child of the Corn series, but H2O and Resurrection stood out there. Those were the only two good movies that I've watched on this. I watched part 2 of Children of the Corn. My father has advised me that all the rest of the Children of the Corn suck balls. I even started watching the newer one that came out 2 years ago, and it's horrible already right from the start. So, we'll go over that later on in the Stephen King-a-thon next year for Horror-a-thon. But Horror-a-thon this year, we're going over Halloween, and I'm gonna go over this piece of junk, this garbage, and you'll see why it sucks monkey nuts. That is what I gotta tell you guys. Once again, we're gonna sign off with some parts of the theme song or something like that. 1 minute. Guys, signing off.
He's covering up. This Capitonia is conscious act. Instinctive force within him. He's waiting. For what? I don't know.